Good morning, everyone. Here we are again back at virtual preschool, and I am glad you have decided to join me today for circle time. So let's go ahead and figure out what day of the week it is. So the last day of school we had was Monday, Tuesday. So today is Wednesday. Yes, so let's move that rainbow arrow down to Wednesday. There we go. And who remembers the name of our month? January. And we are almost done with January. So let's go ahead and count those numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and what comes next? 26. And let's figure out the pattern. Snow person, hat, mitten. Snow person, what's next? Hat. Yes, so we have a number 26 with a hat on it. That was yesterday, a 3's day. All right, we need to do one more. 24, 25, 26. What's next? 27. And the pattern? Snow person, hat, mitten. Snow person, hat. What's next? Mitten. Yes, so we have a number 27 with a mitten on it. All right, so let's say the whole date here. Today is Wednesday, January 27th, 2021. All right, and we need to do the weather. So everyone go look out their window and let's see if it is partly cloudy, cloudy, sunny, windy, rainy, stormy, or snowy today. All right. And then we also need to figure out what it feels like, what the temperature is outside today. So you'll need to pop yourself out the door for a minute and feel if it is burning hot, hot, warm, cool, cold, or freezing cold. All right. Remember, you can also have your mom or dad or grandma or grandpa check their weather app to tell you what the number of the temperature is today. And that will help you figure that out too. All right. So you remember we have been talking about safety this week. Last time we read a book with a whole bunch of different things about safety in it, right? It talked about knowing your name, your mom and dad's name, your phone number, your address. It talked about what to do if there's somebody that you do not trust around you. It talked about, what else did it talk about? Let me look at here. Oh, it talked about different safety gear you can wear if you're rollerblading or maybe skateboarding. So helmet, knee pads, elbow pads. What else did it talk about? It talked about listening to your instinct of fear, right? That instinct warns you when things are not safe. So you should always listen to that instinct. So we have another book today having to do with safety. This one has to do with fire safety. So let's see what this one is about. Pull it out. Okay, so this book, let's see. This book is called Stop, Drop, and Roll. And stop, drop, and roll, if you don't know already, is what you should do if your clothes were ever to catch on fire. All right? That is how you would put the fire out if your clothes caught on fire. So this book is kind of about that and some fire safety things. So let's see here. Jessica was a worrier. She worried morning, noon, and night. She worried about her spelling homework and learning new steps in ballet class and remembering to fill her dog's water dish and waking up in time for school. Look at how many alarm clocks Jessica has. Oh my goodness, I don't think she's gonna not wake up with that many alarm clocks. But one Monday morning in October, Jessica's teacher gave her something new to worry about. It's Fire Prevention Week, explained Mr. Martin. So for the next few days, we're going to talk about fire safety. Uh-oh, groaned Jessica. And this Friday, Mr. Martin continued, we've been asked to share what we've learned with the entire school. Oh no, moaned Jessica. Let's begin with smoke alarms, said Mr. Martin. Your homes should have them on every floor. Automatic fire sprinklers are a good idea too. So that's a smoke alarm. Most houses do not have sprinklers in them for fires, but like here at the preschool, I think maybe not. Maybe there's some other places. There aren't any in this room though. Some businesses have them. Smoke alarms, sprinklers, Jessica had never seen either in her house. Your family should also have escape plans in case of a fire, said Mr. Martin, and fire drills so everyone knows what to do. Jessica chewed her pencil in half. Escape plans? Now she was really worried. So when we come back for in-person preschool, we do fire drills also at preschool. Something we do. We do have smoke detectors though at preschool. No sprinklers, but definitely smoke detectors. That night, Jessica announced, there is a big problem in this house. We have no smoke alarms and no sprinkler system. We don't even have an escape plan. If there was a fire, we'd be in trouble. Her mother puckered her forehead. I remember buying smoke alarms, but I guess we never got around to installing them. And we talked about finding someone to put in sprinklers, added Dad, but we're always too busy to make an appointment. And what about extra batteries for the alarms? Reminded Laura. Yeah, said Tom, we need to keep more batteries around here. So I should have mentioned before that a smoke alarm, the way it works is that if there's a fire produces smoke, and if there is smoke, the fire alarm will set off a very loud alarm so that you will know that there is a fire. Jessica twisted her napkin. She knew the real reason Tom wanted more batteries. His birthday was in 3 days. He wanted batteries for his presents. But fire safety was more important than birthday toys, wasn't it? We've got to do something about this now, warned Jessica. You're right, said Mom. After dinner, we'll make escape plans and find those smoke alarms. And tomorrow, I'll get extra batteries and make arrangements for a sprinkler system, said Dad. But Jessica still felt too worried to sleep. She tossed and turned all night. Poor Jessica. She is a worrier. The next day, Mr. Martin wrote some fire safety rules on the blackboard. Never play with lighters or matches. Keep electric heaters at least 3 feet away from things that could burn. Keep extension cords away from doorways and from being pinched by furniture. A professional should check the chimneys and furnaces in your homes each year. Blah, blah, blah. Mr. Martin went on until Jessica had to cover her ears. She'd never be able to remember so many things. At dinner, Jessica asked, have we ever had our chimney checked? Yes, answered Dad, when we bought the house. But Mr. Barton said it should be checked every year, said Jessica. The furnace, too. Dad sighed. I'll put them on my list of things to do. But that didn't stop Jessica from worrying. She went through the entire house checking cords and smoke alarm batteries, and she had another sleepless night imagining all the things that could go wrong. Poor Jessica. On Wednesday, Mr. Martin had even more fire safety rules. Heat makes smoke rise, so if you're in a fire, you must crawl under the smoke where the air is cleaner. And when you reach a door, touch it. If it feels if it feels cool, it's safe to open. Jessica tugged at a barrette. What if the door felt warm? What should I do then? If the door's warm, continued Mr. Martin, don't open it. Find a window and call for help. Then wait for a firefighter to come and tell you what to do. So that's something that we practice at preschool if we are here. I hold a sheet up with the parents and kids crawl under it pretending it's the smoke, and then they each practice touching the door of the classroom to see if it's hot or not. So that's something you could practice at your house too. Your mom or dad or grandma or grandpa could hold a sheet. You could crawl underneath it and practice touching a door to see if it's hot. And there's one more very important thing you need to know, said Mr. Martin. If your clothes catch fire, stop what you're doing, drop to the ground, and roll over and over until you smother the flames. Catch fire? Jessica had never been so worried in her life. Remember that was the thing on the front, stop, drop, and roll? And I have a picture of it here, stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll, repeated Mr. Martin. Let's all say it 3 times. Stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll, chanted the class. All except Jessica. Her worries had twisted her tongue into a big knot. When Jessica got home, she made her family have a fire drill. Then she rechecked all the electrical cords, tested the batteries in all the smoke alarms, and made double sure that there were no matches lying around. And look at her, she's got a little text bubble up here. It says stop, stop, slop, and troll, mop, pop, and bowl. I think she's remembering that wrong. Isn't it stop, drop, and roll? Afterward, Jessica felt a little better, but she still couldn't get Mr. Martin's words from her class right. Stop, slop, and troll, mop, pop, and bowl. The harder Jessica tried, the worse she did, but she went to sleep feeling a little better. At least she knew what to do if there was a fire during the night. Then, on Thursday, disaster struck. Mr. Martin asked Jessica to demonstrate stop, drop, and roll at the assembly the next day. Why me, thought Jessica. On the bus home, she tried to practice the words stop, flop, and roll, flop, mop, and stroll, stop, pop, and hole, but they kept coming out wrong. Jessica was so worried about the assembly that she couldn't even enjoy Tom's birthday party. Stop, drop, and mole? Slop, drop, and hole? Plop, mop, and stroll? She muttered to herself. Because of all her muttering, she didn't even notice when Mom brought in the cake. It had 7 big candles on it. 6 were for Tom's 6th birthday, and 1 was for him to wish on. And just as Tom leaned over to blow them out, Jessica looked up and saw fire. Stop, drop, and roll, she screamed. Immediately, Tom stopped blowing and dropped to the floor. Uh-oh, poor Jessica. But before he rolled, Jessica saw that Tom wasn't on fire after all. Jessica's worries had gotten the best of her. She was so embarrassed. False alarm, said Dad. Phew, said Mom. You gave me quite a scare. I'm sorry, said Jessica, but I thought... You thought quickly, interrupted Dad. That's good, because it's better to be safe than sorry. Besides, added Laura, you finally said it right. And she did, didn't she? She said stop, drop, and roll. And that was the truth. Jessica had said the words right. And now that she had, she was confident she'd never forget any of the fire safety rules she had learned that week. And you know what? She never did. And here's a picture of her. She stops what she's doing, she drops to the floor, and she rolls around until she puts the fire out. All right, so that had a lot of good information in it about being safe, about fire safety. All right, so we have some work having to do with fire safety. In your packet, you have something that looks like this. All right, you can take off the little strip on the front. So you have, it says fire safety sequencing, stop, drop, roll. And you have the numbers 1, 2, 3. All right, and then we have the pictures. There's the pictures, a picture of a kid rolling. There's a picture of a kid stopping. And there's a picture of a kid dropping. So we need to cut these out. So we're going to cut on the dotted lines in between the pictures. Remember to always keep your thumb up. So, who remembers what's the first thing you do? Remember they talked about it in the book. What's the first thing you do if your clothes were to catch on fire? Yes, the first thing you would do is stop what you're doing, right? Stop right there. Stop what you're doing. So we're going to find the picture of stop here. There's the picture of the kids stopping. And I put some glue on the back, so that's the first thing. So we're going to glue that on number 1, stop. What's the second thing you do if your clothes were to catch on fire? Yes, the second thing you do is drop. Drop to the floor. Stop, drop to the floor. And what is the last thing you do if your clothes were to catch on fire? Stop, drop, and roll. Yes, so here's the picture of the kid rolling on the floor. And that's to put that fire out. Smother it so it can't keep burning anymore. All right. And then I'm going to remember to write my name on here too. Miss Mika. All right, so there it is. If my clothes ever caught on fire, I would stop, drop to the floor, and roll around until I put the fire out. All right. Okay, I also have a really cool firefighter number, or fire truck number puzzle. All right, so in your packet you have all these little strips, and if you're going to glue them, you'll need a piece of paper. I'm not going to glue mine down today, but what you're going to do is spread them out, and you've done these before. We've had these before. So you're going to put the numbers in order from 1 to 10 this time. So you're going to look through here, find the strip that has the number 1 on it. There's the one with the number 1 right there. So I'm going to put that over here. We're always going left to right, remember? Left to right. Okay, then I'm going to find the number 2. There's the number 2. All right, I'm going to stick that down next to the number 1. All right, I'm going to do one more. Now, if you want to just do this puzzle once, you can glue it down to a piece of paper. If you want to be able to do it more than once, don't glue it down. All right, there's number 3. So I'm going to put that next to number 2. And as you build it, you will discover that this will turn into a fire truck. So it's pretty cool. All right. And I have one more thing to show you. In your packet, you also have an I Can Count Snowballs book with cotton balls that you're going to pretend are snowballs. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is write your name on the bottom. You see I already wrote my name. So it says, I can count snowballs. So you're going to open your book. It says, how many snowballs? And there is a number 1 with 1 snowball and the word 1. Okay? You can practice tracing the words on each page. So 1. And then you can count the snowballs with your cotton ball. So you're going to pretend these are snowballs. You're going to put 1 snowball right there on top of the 1 in the book. And you're going to take it off. Turn to the next page. How many snowballs? 1, 2, number 2, word 2 that you can trace. Okay, you can trace the word, then you can count 2 snowballs. 1, 2. All right. You can keep going like that, and it goes all the way till number 10. All right, and on the last page it says, can you draw a snowman? How many snowballs did you use? So you'll draw a snowman and then count how many snowballs you used to make it. All right? So that is another activity for you today. All right, so that is what I have to share with you today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I will see some of you today at 10:30. Remember that tell your mom and dad that we have changed our small groups. So if they're not sure which one you're in, make sure to tell them to check their email. I sent it out last week about who's in what small groups now, okay? So you make sure you come to the right one. All right, have a great day. Bye, everyone.